right. One of the things that John and I want to make sure that we do, we're very transparent, right? Absolutely. We want to talk about the highs, the lows, things that we have learned and are still learning along the way, right? John and I, we don't have a background in actually working for one of these larger brands when it comes to the sneaker world. There's a lot of learnings that we have when it comes to manufacturing, to design, to graphic design, resource and materials, understanding timelines of when sneakers can be produced, getting certain samples and being able to negotiate with the manufacturer on changing out the samples. All of those things are completely and brand new to us, right? We haven't made all the right decisions.
No, absolutely not.
We haven't made all the right decisions, and there's been a lot of learnings, and I would say it's helped us for the better. We're a very small company, and we pay attention to, and we have a lot of attention to details, but that doesn't mean that we're going to do everything perfect. The one thing that John and I think he might have said it earlier, is that we're committed to quality, right? So we've received many samples that we just didn't think the quality can stand up to what we want and what we would truly wear ourselves. Today, you'll get a chance to see all the sneakers, maybe some that will never see the day of light, maybe some that we're actually working on that you will see that's quality material, but I'm excited. We've never shown people all of our samples that we've been working on.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to go over this, and to Joseph's point, man, we're not former designers from Nike that decided to start our own brand. When we started this brand in 2020, we literally started from the bottom. We had to learn about every piece of building a sneaker. We learned a lot, and we made a lot of mistakes, and we're not perfect, but we're going to be transparent. And if any of the mistakes we make, it helps anyone else out there from an entrepreneurial perspective, that's what we're here for, right? We want to share some of those key learnings. There's a number of things that go into building a sneaker. First and foremost is ideation. Then you need to find someone to create you a tech pack. And it's a process, and we won't go into the details of that in today's video. But before we could get here, there are a number of steps you got to take. And I remember when we first started speaking with designers about this idea of creating a sneaker that has a Manta-inspired look. We went through a number of samples, like you said.
We sure did.
But I have with me today the very first sample. And it's a far cry from what I think the finished product looked like. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the very first sample that we had. And I think we'll always keep this. The Manta did not necessarily turn out the way we wanted it to here, but you can see some of the elements that we were going for with the colors and the structure. And this was going to be the Cubbage Road. This is what the end product came out to, but you can see that it's a process, man, and these things take time. We started really kind of working on the brand in 2020, and we launched these for sale last year, like April 2023. So it takes time. But this is the original Manta sample.
And I would say we're still very proud of where we came with that sample, because it took a lot for us to actually get there before we can get here. Right. And so the one thing that John and I were just telling ourselves when we were in Miami and we were going over different colorways and palettes that made sense, we took pictures while we were there in Miami to make sure that it was really close to the look of Florida, of what I know and what I hold true to Florida. And I mean, it's very similar and it's close, but obviously you can see John and I, we wanted to really get to the design and the structure of the design that we wanted for our sneakers. Again, this is where we started. This is the end product, and I'm very proud of it.
No, but I can remember the day we got these samples.
We were excited.
I was like a kid on Christmas morning, man. It was the craziest thing. Now this final product is a far cry from where we started, but to be able to have something that you created, it's a special feeling, man. Definitely really proud of this sneaker right here. But we've also played around with other colorways with the Manta line. So I thought maybe we would share some of those other colorways. Now, we obviously haven't produced these. Maybe if there's a lot of hype guys want it, let us know. If any of these colorways stand out to you, maybe it's something we can produce.
Absolutely.
But why don't we start here, man? Start with this one.
The thought for John and I is that we always want to have a sneaker that you can dress up, dress down, something that you can wear on the streets and also wear in the boardroom. So something that really speaks to your own personal identity. And we thought a gray palette way could do just that, right? If you're wearing just black pants or whatever, you can have this gray palette for your sneakers. But man, this has the elephant print. Obviously, for those that are part of the sneaker culture, understand what the elephant print is. Still same design elements, but with patent leather for the actual manta ray, as well as on the tail of the manta ray with nubuck. Man, this actually came out really, really nice. But John and I decided it wasn't going to be the first sneaker to be launched.
I don't know, but what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments if you think this is a sneaker. Maybe we could tweak it, some of the materials. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the overall impression of this sample.
I think about it. One of the things that we were looking at is replacing the elephant print and putting a black toe box and making a piece of the wings the elephant print. Hey, if you have ideas and you're thinking about it, or if you love this sneaker, respond, comment. If you hate it, just comment. I mean, all of it helps.
I say we want to build a community, and we'd love to get our community involved in sneaker design. Let us know your thoughts on this one. Going back to that functional sneaker, we call this a tuxedo. Now this one, I don't know about Joseph, but I really like this sample because I feel like you could wear this at a wedding, right? With this, we have high, full grain pebbled leather on the main body of the sneaker. Obviously, we got the patent leather, but we got cobra leather on the manta, and I just think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with this sample. Again, not something we decided to produce right now, but it's really a lot of great elements that I love. What about you?
One of the things, and this comes with the design and production and creation of a sneaker, is that John and I will have a wear test. So we will wear these sneakers, test them out to make sure they feel great, they're comfortable. I'm 6'5", I'm a big guy. So for me, comfort is so important, especially a lot of previous athletes have nagging injuries. So you want to make sure that your feet are comfortable. I wore these to a wedding, and it's called the tuxedo. I got so many compliments, and people were asking where I get the sneakers from, how can they purchase them. So really, really dope sneaker. And in fact, the ones that I was testing actually had a little bit of nubuck on the front too. So comment, let us know what you think. I don't know if we actually said it yet, but there is our logo design, the CP that's debossed on the side for a collection plate. Just another added texture for the sneakers, but I'm excited. I love that one.
Comment, let us know what you think about these. Let's see. Let's finish off the manta collection with these. Now, if you
those are some bad boys right there.
If you've been paying attention at all to sneakers for 2023, you're all familiar with the Panda, the Dunks that people still rock for some reason. We decided to make our own little version, but upgraded.
I would say definitely elevated for sure.
Definitely elevated. If you look at this colorway, we have pebbled leather kind of on the toe box on the side panels. We have a nice premium suede here on the front and the back, and then Napa leather for the manta. And then check out this. I don't know if you can see this, but check out the leather here on that little piece.
The biggest thing for John and I, we said, you know what, if we're gonna make a sneaker that looks like a Panda, that has that black and white colorway, we're gonna really elevate the sneaker. This sneaker, for sure, hands down, if it was out in the retail space, because again, John and I are doing all the research in the back end to make sure you guys get quality materials. But if this was any other of your other high brands, this would have been a $400 or $500 sneaker, if not more, right? So you guys are able to get this. Now that's, again, if we decide this is a sneaker that you guys want, you'll be able to get this at the same price as some of our other manta lines.
Let us know what you think about, let's see. Got this.
Some bad boys.
Got this. Love to hear your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts.
Cool.
Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter.
Absolutely. But listen, like we said earlier, the Manta collection is just one collection of what's going to be a number of different collections underneath the Collection Plate brand. We have different capsules, so we've started working on other sneakers. And again, we're very early in the sampling process, but we wanted to create. And again, some of these samples didn't meet our expectations.
Right.
So work on was a trainer style casual sneaker, and so this was the very first sample that we received based on our initial design and tech pack. And I'll tell you now, it has evolved, and you'll see what it's evolved to. But you can kind of see the idea and the structure and what we're looking to create with this style of sneaker. There are a lot of elements that I like about this particular sample, but we decided that we needed to make some changes. But the one thing that you'll find, even on this sample, is the quality of the materials. Got snake leather here. You got high quality tumbled leather. You can see we have quilted leather, the leather tongue.
And I would even say down to the small details too. Yeah. One of the things that John and I wanted to change as a ideation of the next version of this, and we love the color green and white, but is the net stitching on the inside, the netting. We want to kind of elevate the look of the sneakers. You'll see the next version of this actually has leather inside of the sneaker as well.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna go ahead and show what that next version looks like.
What you'll see is the next version of that same exact sneaker. Now, the one that John has in his hand has the midsole that's completely white. This midsole is aged. I like both versions of them. I know it's like it kind of depends on what you like and what you don't like, but you can see, and I'll show this a little bit closer. Hopefully you guys can see this, but just even down to the small details of the CP that's in a TPU here on the left and right side of the side panels of the sneaker, even down to the upgraded suede that's on the side of it as well.
You can see in this version, we do definitely have the leather interior, the leather tongue, still have quilted leather, although, you know, that might change, but yep. The fun thing about showing you guys these samples is hopefully you're able to grasp just how much work goes into building a sneaker, especially when you have high standards, because I do think that this is an upgrade and closer to what we were hoping to create with this trainer style, but it still needs a little bit more work. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and what do you think? Is this something that you could see yourself rocking? Do you have other ideas for different colorways? Love to hear it. But this is kind of a peek behind the curtain into the next capsule, next collection that's going to come from Collection Plate.
Yeah, and one thing, and we mentioned it when we talked about the Manta capsule, is our unique zigzag stitching. And we want to be very tasteful in how we created that. So if you see the zigzag stitching here that's on the coverage road, right? You'll see it on the back side of the panel. All right. You see it here in this version on the tongue, right? We wanted to put in elements of all of our sneakers. You think of Collection Plate, there's going to be really design elements that you can select directly with our brand. But I'm excited about this sneaker. It's a very comfortable sneaker as well.
Absolutely, the comfort is great. Again, it needs some tweaks. But yeah, give us in the comment section, let us know your thoughts. What do you think about this style sneaker? What do you like? What don't you like? What ideas do you have? Please share.
And I will say for the shoestrings, if you're looking at these, we put two different colorways of the shoestrings just so you can see exactly what color you may like with this. This is not how it will probably come to you when we send it out. But typically all of our sneakers will come with either 2, possibly 3 different colors of strings for you to string up your sneakers, depending on where you're going, what you want to match it with. That's our dedication for our sneaker brand as well.
Again, work in progress, but I want to give you a little peek behind the curtain of what's potentially next for the brand.